It's like, yeah, it
Sure.
was.
You sure did, 420 or something?
Yeah.
There we go. I
Not a
told
single
you,
write-in.
It'd be nice if every board had an Eric
In my
Hoffman.
first term.
Would be a good thing.
I was gonna say, I don't even think there was a single write-in. It was all you, yeah.
No, there weren't any write-ins for,
I've only been here since.
there were some
08.
undervotes, meaning people didn't vote for you at all because they probably didn't
Thanks
know
for
you.
pointing that out.
Okay. They were, do you know how
Carolyn will
many?
be.
They don't like chicken.
They
That's just
were
Marcia.
not chicken fans.
They're not a,
I joined the board until I retired.
How many undervotes were there?
90,
What did you read
90?
from?
yeah.
I grew up in Rochester.
Okay.
New
Yeah.
Hampshire or New
Really?
York?
That's
Hampshire.
very interesting.
Isn't
But
it?
I
One of
moved
my
here
good
from
friends.
Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Did Charlie?
I know a few people that will
Chuck,
refuse to vote if
Grassy
there's no,
Knoll?
Oh,
if there's not more than one candidate.
no, actually, my
Yeah,
father
really?
dragged
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
into the zoning board.
That's
Well, I thought
interesting.
it's take it personal.
Rochester.
Oh,
Don't take it
and what did you
personally.
say about it?
Chuck
Not with
Grassy, he was
420
running for mayor
votes.
I
in
knew the
Rochester.
name.
I'd say good
but I
job.
don't,
He was a rep when I was.
How many
back
people
in the
voted
70s.
over Ward 3?
In the
because I
late-
knew his sister,
Oh, I don't-
Roxanne.
Oh, 509.
I forgot her. She and I are friends on Facebook, but.
Just
neither
a
one
little
of us
bit
are
more
really
than
that active.
Ward 2,
Oh.
which I think was 503.
6:30, and we'll call the meeting to order.
The Graniteers. Love the
Scott, could you
Graniteers.
call the roll?
There was a Laconia drum corps.
In attendance tonight, we have Marcia Hayward, Dave Olet, Counselor Eric Hoffman, Jane LaRoche, Gary Dion, Chair Mike Little, Rich McNeil, Planning Director Rob Moore, Assistant Planning Director Tyler Carmichael, and I'll be your minute taker for this evening, Scott Pelcha. Mr. Chair.
And as for the minutes, I have one, Gary, you weren't here last meeting, correct?
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Last week?
You were here.
Last
You were here last week?
I was not here last
Oh,
week.
you were.
Well, there was no meeting
There was
last
no
week.
meeting last week.
Oh, the week before.
Try that.
He was
These
here.
minutes.
I was here.
You were
He
here?
was
Okay.
here.
Oh, okay, for some reason I thought you weren't
That chair
here.
hasn't been empty.
Okay, then the meeting, just accept the meeting, the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Second. Yep,
Awesome.
okay,
Aye.
and then we'll go to
I printed my own stuff.
the ranking, fiscal year rankings. Now, I did notice this year it's a little different.
Yeah, we've never had this meeting before.
Well, so I noticed that they were more averaged than ranked.
Oh. They are ranked on the left-hand side. So I did not include the decimal points, so I brought it all down to whole numbers. But there are quite a few decimal points after that. But on the left-hand side will be the ranked, and then the right-hand side are the scores.
Perfect. Okay, so they're ranked as the highest to
Just
lowest, so the
like this is not a
19 to
priority
top is the
for us.
highest 90.
Correct.
I love it.
Yep.
I thought this was so much easier to read. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay. Let's open the discussion. We'll start with the enterprise funds. Does anybody have anything that they want to comment on the enterprise funds?
Not understanding the process fully. How much money is gonna be out there for capital improvements? How does this work? I see numbers of what they want, but
So,
what will they get?
It's a wish list.
it's, I would not look at the dollar amount that's associated with the project. I would truly base it off what you believe is the best project that you want to move forward. The budget number that they're gonna get for the capital outlay is gonna be dependent on a lot of variables and, whatever's, so it's out of the whole budget, so it's whatever's left is what they're gonna allow for that capital outlay. So they could have, I'm just gonna make up numbers, they could have $5 million, they could have $1.5 million. So I would just rank it totally based off of what you think the greatest need is, and when it goes to council and the city manager, they're gonna decide what they all think is.
Now,
how
will
that's
every
gonna go.
department get something? Because,
No,
Necessarily.
not
no,
necessarily.
so city council could look at it and be like, we have $1.5 million, and project,
Let's say doing a new DPW building.
right, and they could look at, hey, look, we want to do, Public Works asked for the replace Public Works building, in the, it's what, $825,000 there, and then they look at, say, fire department, new rescue boat, they could say, we're only getting those two. And then out of that, we have $70,000 left over, and they could go down the list, say, we'll take this one for 75, 6,000,
Yep.
So,
Okay, so not everybody gets something.
not everybody's gonna get something, and nor should they. It should be totally based off of the highest need of what's needed for the city. So,
Some of the more expensive things could get bonded, right?
yep,
But I thought you were kind of at your limit for bonding.
We're not at our limit at all, city-wise. I'm at my personal tolerance for doing it.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
I don't make the political calls
Yeah,
on what
no,
gets bonded. I
know. Yeah,
just provide the data.
yeah.
Am I correct for the enterprise funds, since they're all self-funding, right? They're gonna approve the projects they wanna do.
Yeah, so our
regardless, right?
score is little impact on that one, so that one, typically, I've never seen anything said about that one, that goes through based, and the enterprise fund is gonna fund itself. It's, the big one is the non-enterprise one, and I think I've only ever seen maybe one or two times, something get moved up or down on the list.
Last year being one of them.
Last year was one of them, and then there was
I had a
one.
bunch of suggestions last year. This year, I'm way more in agreement with the list.
Yeah,
And
I
then
thought the list
one
was
other
really
year, I remember it was, Parks and Rec had grouped a couple things together under one, and it was one cost, and the committee actually asked for them to get separated out and have their own cost. And then re-rank them based off of those two costs. And that's the only time I've seen that done. But that's well within your purview to do. It's more difficult to do, because now I gotta go back and ask departments what the cost is, and then update that, but we've done it before.
So under this, the non-enterprise funds, and I was taking a look at every department, again, I'm concerned about the access road for Elm Street School. You know, that didn't make its way very high on the list. And that is something that you saw on DPW, you see it on the school. So I just wonder, where it's got several departments that are really concerned about it, why it isn't a little higher up on the list. I just think that when they start building the state school and you get all that traffic going down Elm Street, you sure in God's name don't want all those parents parked on the side of Elm Street in front of the school.
Sure, we could just close the street.
On that though, I will say, if we are bringing new impact fees to city council on Monday,
Yeah,
that could be a project that they could afford to do then out of impact fees. for the
that's a good
school.
idea. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's other options there, and there are ways to fund that, and I think that if you are passionate about that one, you could probably discuss that here and move it to as a higher priority.
I think it's very important to get the traffic off that street.
It's nasty when you go down there.
It's awful, you take your life in your hands
You're
if
waiting
you're
for someone get
trying to
killed.
go around all those parents. and
But was
Traffic's
that,
coming at
was
you.
that really what was presented, or was improving
Right.
that street?
Well, for the
like-
school district, it was it is access to Elm Street School. And then Parks and Rec came in, and they said they wanted to fix the part of the road that goes to Bond Beach, which is
Right.
part of that
But that's,
access
that's
project.
past where the
Yeah, they don't
access
want the
point.
paving.
But then you had DPW wanted it as well, to go, for Elm Street School, so. I don't know, I just think it's something that needs to be,
What number do you wanna see that at?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what,
out of the total, I mean, I don't know where to put it, because,
Does anybody take the bus out of Elm Street anymore? Or all the parents drive?
have you never been there at
Oh,
3
I have.
o'clock?
Oh, I have, especially in the winter when there's snowbanks,
Yeah,
and there's at best one lane.
Someone's gonna get killed.
right.
Yeah. But doesn't anybody take the bus out of Elm Street?
Oh, yeah, they take the bus, but there are still lots
There's
of
just
parents.
a lot of parents.
There are a lot of parents
When I
that
go to school
drive.
pickup, I see like 15 kids could jump on the bus, and that's about the extent of it.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got
And there's
a
like
parent
35
in line to
cars
pick up
there.
the.
Yep.
yeah, it's,
Well, it's number 36 currently.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
Is
seeing
it?
If we're gonna,
36.
if we're gonna suggest doing something about it, where would you like to see it?
What I would suggest we don't move the school one. I would
Okay.
suggest we move the DPW one, because the
Okay.
school is going to pay for their own capital improvements.
So where is
know,
it for
that's what I was-
DPW then?
That's what I was trying to look for.
It's under school district, so.
57 for Parks and Rec for Bourne Beach.
Theirs really isn't
That's
relevant
past-
though, cause
that's right.
that's, yeah.
Well, that's,
is it even on here for DPW?
That's what I'm trying to remember, if they had it for this coming fiscal year or the fiscal year
past
after
it.
that.
Well, all I know, it was on the list,
It was on the list.
and they presented and talked about it, and whether it's,
Oh, that's,
Oh, we do have someone missing today.
I'm not finding it.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
I've got it at 36.
yeah, but that's the school one.
Yeah.
They might not have had it for that fiscal year.
I know, I'm wondering if they didn't put it out for probably 2028.
bring my master
I'm
list with
I'm
me
looking
today.
at it.
I've got a-
I've got it, yeah, I brought that. I don't know how they.
While he's looking at that, I'll say that the last two things on the list, I think we got just right.
Yes, I tell you
Yes,
what,
I couldn't agree with you
I
more.
pointed that out to him, got it in here.
Oh, the laser?
Goose lasers?
The laser for the- yeah. So how do you do
It's the
that
Star
if it
Wars
isn't on
defense
there
we
for,
need.
Right.
for DPW, and that it was probably on for next year?
Boost repellent, seriously? They're
Do
just
we
gonna keep
ignore it
coming
for a year?
You would have to make the motion to add that, move that up from the next, whatever fiscal year it was put at. Give me a second to find.
I think they were the second meeting.
You think this is the same thing?
Yep. Well, is this for fiscal year
It's
26,
like fourth from the
27?
bottom for them.
For fiscal year 27.
They got it in 28.
They have in
They have it
28.
in fiscal year 28?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can make a motion to move it to fiscal year 27.
So you'd have to make a motion to move it to fiscal year 27 and then to place it wherever you wanted to place it on.
Well, that would have to be a separate motion, because I'd love to have a discussion, because I have no clue, but I would like to move it up. So I would like to make a motion to move the access road to Elm Street School to the fiscal year 27.
Okay, we have a motion.
And do we need to move it to Public Works?
No,
Because
because you'd
it's-
just be moving Public Works, their fiscal year up for it to 27 as opposed
Oh,
to
okay.
28.
That was number 47 on their list of things to do. They called it Elm Street School Parent Pickup Circulation Improvements.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
136,800 for planning and 870,000 for construction.
And we have a second from Counselor Hoffman.
You said it was 46 for,
47.
It was number 47 on the list, on their big list. And it was listed for 28.
Okay, we have a second. All those in favor? Yeah, I'm in favor of that. Opposed? Okay, we'll add it to fiscal year 27, and now do we need another motion to where we're going to place it?
yep.
And that's where I would need some advice from all of you experts here, what to do.
Personally, I think our top 10 is solid, and I don't see it fitting in there.
Okay?
But maybe somewhere from 11 to 15, somewhere in there. Maybe ahead of the annual bridge repair maintenance and behind access control systems is maybe where I'd put it.
After what, the Langley Brook Bridge?
In between 13 and 14.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. I just would like to see it get on there and not be buried at the bottom.
I have a question. It's not necessarily germane to that, but the Public Works repair, Public Works, that's replaced Public Works building.
Yeah.
What happened to the idea about a new acquisition, new site and all that?
I'm not mistaken, that's
That's part of it.
part of it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the building acquisition, the property acquisition, I believe. It has to be done in phases, if I remember right. I'm trying to remember which
Okay.
ones were the phases.
When I looked at the title, I wasn't clear on what was that, because I was hoping we weren't gonna tear down and build back on Bisson Avenue.
That does not appear to be the
Okay.
direction that.
Okay,
And
good.
again, I think you'll find that the 4.5 million.
Yeah, so that 875
because
is
of that.
for the land acquisition
In the
Okay.
and
planning.
for the planning for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'm good
And then
with
they asked for 10 million for fiscal year 28
For
for
construction.
the construction of it.
that. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
got it. And the other question I had was $2 for Downtown pedestrian
They-
replacement?
Yeah, I think he put a number in there because it's mostly gonna be,
okay.
funded through a
It's grant
grant.
funded, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have asked the question if it was $1, but because it was 2, it made me quick.
I think he wanted it to stand out as,
It did, it did. Yeah.
I mean, it's a bargain
Yeah.
for $2.
Yeah.
I'd pay for it.
I think I've got it in my brain.
I think I got it in pennies at the house.
I'm looking through the list to see, I don't have any problem with placing it between 13 and 14 either. Does anybody want to make a motion to place it there?
I will.
Can we get a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay. To place the access road,
yeah, PW 47.
Elm Street School Parents Pickup Circulation Improvements, safe and more organized pickup and drop-off for students of the school will, that's what they write up. Create
I'd like
new
to rank
parent
that
pickup
as
circulation.
13.5.
to move that from
So that way we, no, so that way we
number 47 on the 28 list, move to the 27 list, now to become number 14 on the non-enterprise funds list. All those in favor? Opposed?
Perfect.
The ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia.
It's 3 years now. I'll mark that down in the history.
Okay. Are there any other thoughts on the list? I thank you, Counselor Hoffman. I do agree the top 10, we've seen a lot of those year after year, and at some point, they have to be addressed, so.
Yeah, those are all priorities,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
I
thank you
like
for
that.
pointing
It's a
that
pretty
out.
good mix of,
The hazmat
between the
testing
departments
equipment.
also.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts on moving any of the other items that you found too low on the list, or from previous, or
Just,
upcoming
they need
years?
everything.
It looked good to me. I mean, I don't feel like it's worth wasting our time moving things up like 1 or 2 ranks here or there.
Right.
You know, I
No.
didn't see anything that was like way out of line.
So, the only thing I'll point out again, once again, is the scoring system, I was a little, I didn't realize the decimal places, and I love that they were ranked and they were averaged. It made this a lot easier to look at.
Do you want us to do it like that every year moving
If
forward?
I could, if we need to make a motion to do that,
No, I
Oh,
think
we got our marching orders.
it's good. While we're getting feedback, I mean, if you're not making any other change, well, if there's no other changes, if you could just vote on it to decide what you want to do, and then I'd like to have a discussion afterwards if we think that the process should change for next year, if we could get feedback for that now, so that moving forward, we could
address
we
it.
could prep for that for next year.
But first, if you guys are good, do you wanna,
Yeah.
somebody make a motion for approving them?
can we get a motion to
Final
approve?
approval of this to go to the council?
Go to planning board.
Yep,
Let's go to the planning board?
Yep, it goes to, so we'll
Then
make a
planning.
motion to recommend it to planning board, and then planning board will recommend it to council.
so I,
So moved.
and a second? All those in favor? The ayes have it.
Perfect.
Okay, now we're on to the discussion on how we would like to see the rankings done next year, or any changes that we might
Yep,
like.
if you like the rankings, how Tyler did them, this year, we can absolutely do that moving forward. Is there anything else that anybody would like to see moving forward?
I would like to see DPW in just themselves in one evening. To have them with somebody else makes it a very long meeting.
We can make that happen,
I mean,
and
I
I
just
don't
think
disagree.
that would just make the most sense, because, I mean, their list is so long, and
They do go into a lot of detail, and they
then
have,
after they're done, we don't want to hear anymore.
Not even the library, right?
we can absolutely do that.
Yep.
I mean, that's just a suggestion.
Yep, we could do that.
I have one thing, this might be more of a pet peeve, but this year, a lot of the departments came in and their lists weren't in the order of priority.
Yes.
And I think that should be stressed, because it made it
Absolutely.
very difficult to
It
try
made
to
it
flip
confusing.
pages back and forth, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't,
This is the
if they're not
first year
telling
it
us
was
what's
like that.
important to them, how are we supposed to then take those things and rank them? I
Yeah.
totally agree with that.
What I can do is add a column for them to put their priority ranking. And then if it's out of order, I can always sort it so that way it's in order for you
Yep.
guys. So,
We could do that, yeah, absolutely. That's a really good idea, we could do
Yep.
that.
This was the first year they did.
But I would agree with Mike on, where you average this like this and throw the decimals points away, so it's not one more thing to confuse us. Makes Makes it
Yeah.
more streamlined.
Yep, as long as we know that they're ranked as, the 19 at the end isn't supposed to be the 19 at the top. This is
Right.
absolutely perfect. I mean, it was very easy to read. I was a huge, huge fan, so.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any disagreement with that?
Well, something else, I was just wondering on the enterprise funds, like, I understand why they come in and they present. Do we really have to rank them?
No, if you don't wanna rank them, we don't have to rank them.
Because I feel like it's almost a meaningless exercise. Like, it's nice to know what they need, and I think it's good information, and it gets it out there, but I think for us to take the time to rank them doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
You got it.
I think the presentation's nice, because it may be
Right.
like a check and balance, that's all I'm thinking, but
Yes.
I agree it's a waste of time, because you know as well as I do, if something changes, they have a crisis with a water line, they're gonna juggle all
Yeah.
that money anyway.
It's not us telling them how to spend their money, it's them coming in and telling us what they have on the horizon in the next year, and I think that's
Yeah.
all it needs to be,
Yep,
personally.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is there anything that you would like to ask of us?
What a good question.
The 25-point scoring system and having the breakdown for that,
Thank you.
do we want to continue doing it like that?
What's easier for you?
It doesn't bother me either way. I think having the maximum point of 25 there is good, but I think that maybe the breakdown of it, we could just leave it more to the individual member to,
Right, I didn't
Right.
even look
I-
at the breakdown personally.
See, I typically do look at the breakdown
Me
and I
too.
try to figure out how this is gonna be,
I
where's the
strictly
other
adhere
funding
to it.
sources? Yeah, I think, it's hard for me not to do that, you know, try to figure out where it falls and, the other funding sources, the second
I
category,
did pay attention to
Yeah.
that.
can get very difficult to try to figure out,
kind of
are
tried
there
to
other
remember what
funds,
they were
where, you know,
saying,
was it
you know.
budgeted in previous years? Starting to dig to a pretty well-defined.
I think it would make more sense, and I hate to suggest this, but maybe increase the number of points and kind of have more categories. Because what I do is I take the Excel sheet and I put 3 columns, right? And I rank it 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 5, and it just have it added up, right? So if we kind of make the sheet, if we more clearly define the criteria and
What
the
if-
point breakdown, it might be easier for us to rank them.
Okay. What if I add individual columns for each section, and then you can be like, okay, this one's 1 to 15, and I'll rank you this one, and the next column is the next, 1 to 10, and you'll
Sure.
have individual, and then I can total them up at the end.
I think the 3 categories we have are a little limited,
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
like.
Yeah.
Not for Marcia, but for Eric.
well.
There should be like 5 points for like gut feeling, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll weight that one a little bit more, yeah.
To that one. Because I put 0 for electric and the goose thing.
Yeah.
Use lasers.
Presentation of the data. We've looked through some historical ways that they've done CIP in the past. We started doing CIP via an Excel sheet in, I think it was 2017. Prior to that, they had an individual slip for each one with the summary, and so it was, you're looking at 1 sheet per project. I don't know if there's a happy medium in between there, or if everybody's happy with the Excel sheet, or I just wanted to see what everybody's thoughts were on that.
I like the Excel sheet.
I was
being
gonna say,
compact.
if you give me 1 sheet for everything, that.
No,
Because then we have the
Absolutely.
printouts, you can flip
It's a lot
through
of
them, and
paper.
you have the sheet right there.
No,
It works for me.
so, and I'm glad, only because when I was looking through the binder, it was a binder like that of paper, and I was like, oh my God. But, so we looked at it and we talked about it, and then we're like, maybe we should talk about this, just to make sure everybody was happy with the Excel sheet.
And again, I think when we get to next year's Excel spreadsheet, I think it's gonna get cleaner just based on the rankings and the years. I think it'll actually clean that up so you can actually pinpoint each thing. I thought it was a little loud this year.
So I was gonna say, speaking of the Excel spreadsheets, I'm looking at one of them right now for Public Works. Are you guys happy with the columns that we have? I mean, we have the ID, then the department, project title, and then we do type of project, project need. I mean, I'm thinking I could just get rid of that project need and just make that the priority column, where they're ranking them.
Yeah.
And then, as far as the type of project, do you guys care if it's new, modified? I mean,
No.
do you even look at that?
Not really.
Cool, I can get rid of that then. Project description and justification, do you think those need to be separate really, or can we just kind of combine that into one, just project description and,
Well,
Tell us about the
when
project.
you read them, for some of the departments, they were pretty identical.
right?
I will. What we require uses that. Or
Them were
I,
combined
so I,
into an item,
I
and
think that, next year, things will be a little bit different. That's gonna be something that the project manager is also going to be working with departments on, is integrating some of these projects together.
that's
So I
what's
think, hopefully, we'll start seeing less of that next year.
I like the categories, you know, it makes sense to me, you know, is it a liability, you know, does it serve a public need? I think maybe there should be some points awarded for, is this time sensitive? Right, like is there a cost savings or some kind of need that is better served if this gets done sooner than later?
Do you wanna do like 5 points for that, or you wanna do like 10 points for that?
I think if we're going out of 25, I think 5 is plenty to,
Yeah, and I would caution, there's one thing that we all know, is that, like, the DPW building and the community center, the longer we wait, the more expensive it's gonna be, but they're also really expensive projects. So that's where that weighing of, that's where the dollar figure comes into play and
Right.
everything, so I wouldn't go with 10 for if it was me.
Okay.
some of these things are like, you know, they come in and present, and they're showing us pictures, like, here's something that's about to collapse.
Oh,
You know, other times it's like, well, sometime in the next 10 years, we're gonna have to get around to this, you know, there's
Yeah.
and I feel like that's not really in the point system at the moment.
can we also set a dollar threshold
For projects?
for projects?
If it doesn't hit a certain
Yeah,
threshold,
if it-
don't even bother putting it on the list?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would
Oh, I
agree.
like
I think that was one of your pet peeves
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
10 grand?
I think 10 grand would be an appropriate number, because I think anything less than 10 grand can really be handled out of a separate budgeting process.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that would streamline some of this.
So that would take off some of these and,
Pedestrian bridge would go away.
Hey, because a lot of the library
fall
had
in
a
the
lot
river.
of things that were just 10 grand.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they wanna combine a bunch of little things into one.
Yeah, if they were gonna
comprehensive
do like,
project to get it on here, that's, okay.
Like the gas meters.
yeah, or I think the school did all the fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas meters.
Is that really a capital improvement?
I probably would have done it differently, and I probably would have, when I was in the Air Force, I managed, some supply assets, and we had them on a rotation that we only did so many every year, just because it saved us money, and it was easier to manage, but it's just my personal take on it.
That's just in the budget. It's just a number that's
It's
in
just
there. and
a
it
number
just
that goes in there
happens.
every year, and it gets updated at the cost every year, and that's just what I do. But I'm not the school either.
Okay.
Back to the counselors, about that box. Say if I was developing that and I had no number to put in, what would you like referenced there if no data is available?
For which one?
For the projected amount that you wanted in that empty box where they never put the capital.
Oh, the recommended methods of funding?
Yes.
You mean?
Oh, I see.
If no information is known, what would you all like to see there?
There should be some kind of designation that is just
You know,
funded through the budget.
in
right?
the scoring sheet, it actually, it says, it breaks down, I believe, of what they should be putting in there. I think we can just hold departments accountable to make sure that they put it in, so we can do that.
Yeah.
I think there's a breakdown in there.
If there's not an impact fee one, we'll add that.
I think there is.
Is there one?
And if there's not, we'll add
We'll
one.
add one.
I think impact fees will become a larger player on the board next year.
Yep.
Since we're saying things have to be included on this in order to be funded by impact fees is where we're at, right?
Yep.
So I expect there to be a lot of those things coming onto this list, and it's just nice to know.
Right.
It is, and
That's why it's on here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it affects the rankings or not, I think it's just nice to know.
no, we had a lot of lessons learned with our impact fee study, so I think that is gonna change some stuff, so.
For sure.
All positive things, I mean, things that we should be doing, so.
I'm looking forward to that on Monday. So,
I am too.
to get this
All
thing done.
impacts you big time.
Okay.
You're here representing the city council.
It's true. I think technically all the members of the finance committee are allowed
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah, that's,
I'm just the only one that does it.
Any other thoughts or ideas, either from staff or council?
No,
I think we're good.
That's all good ideas.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed listening to that and seeing what's out there. Any other business that anybody wanted to bring forward? Okay, we'll open it for public comment at 7:02. We'll close public comment at 7:02.
Don't all rush to the mic at once, right?
we had one person one year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had
Yeah,
John
we did.
Hildreth came
Yeah, I
on,
mean,
right?
and
And we,
you,
yeah, and he did come last time.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Well,
you did
there's that one
advertise
year.
that the public can come, and they just.
You know,
don't
that
come.
person came that one year from the public,
They
and
complained.
the committee actually changed the score on the project he requested, and they moved it up. And it got funded.
Imagine that, you participate
Your
in government, and your
at
voice is
work
heard.
for you.
Yeah,
So what happens to the comment that this town is not transparent?
I don't like to use
It's
the
not-
T word.
If I
It's not,
secure about this one more time.
for the people that just stay home and write on internet, it's not, but.
And publish it in the paper too.
You know how sometimes when people can't debate actual policies, they invent issues that don't exist and they get people riled up about them?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
and on that note, we'll adjourn tonight's meeting. I wanna
Perfect.
thank everybody for their
Thank you.
participation.
It was fun.
Thank you all.
Yes,
Hope
thank you.
to see you all next